Moving on with our practice on probability. Today we're going to look at modifying the sample space. The introduction says if you want to have the best chances of getting a red gumball from a gumball machine, is it better if the machine is full of gumballs or half empty? How do the chances of getting an ace in a deck of playing cards change if you have 3 or 4 decks of cards to choose from instead of only one deck? In this lesson, we will think about the size of the sample space, which is the collection of all possible outcomes of an event. We're going to need to think about these questions as we work today. How has the whole or total changed? How has the portion or part we are interested in changed? Has the event become more or less likely? All right, I'm going to talk you through exercise 1-75. And in 1-75, we have a bag containing a set of colored blocks. 1 yellow, 2 red, 4 green, and 5 blue blocks. If I count those up, because that's what I want to do first, I want to find out my total whenever I'm doing an exercise like this. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 total blocks. And as I am looking at this problem, it says if you were to reach into the bag and select one block without looking, what is the likelihood that it would be red? So I go back up into my problem situation. The part of the total that is red is 2. So the likelihood would be, or the probability would be 12. Better way to write this, of course, is the probability of getting red is 2 over 12. The probability of getting green, the part that is green is 4 over 12. And again, the correct way to write it is the probability of green equals 4 out of 12. Blue, I'm going to take a little bit further. And we have 5. So let's change that to probability of getting blue equals 5 out of a total of 12. And then orange, the probability of getting orange is going to be 0 out of 12 because there is not an orange block in the mix. Do your answers represent theoretical or experimental probabilities? This would be theoretical because we have, it's a situation we are thinking about or analyzing. We have not done an experiment. It's a what if type of situation. All right, and then we're going to move on down to the other problem that I'm going to talk you through. If you were to select one block from the bag 12 times, replacing the block you drew between each selection, how many times would you expect to have selected a blue block? Well, if it's 12 times, I would expect to draw one 5 out of those 12 times. If I drew a blue block 24 times, well, my original theoretical probability is 5 out of 12. And if I'm trying to see if I am going to increase my sample space to 24, going back to my giant 1, I know that 12 times 2 is 24, 5 times 2 is 10. So the probability of drawing a blue block if I drew 24 times would be about 10 24ths. And I'm going to go back up and change this to about 5/12. The more that we have in our sample space, the more outcomes, the more opportunities we have had to run an experiment, the closer the actual data is going to get to our theoretical probability. And so explain our answers. Well, the theoretical probability was 5 out of 12, and I can double the sample space to 24 by multiplying by 2, which means the selection also get doubled to 10. All right, taking a real quick look at the next page, and you are on your own, starting with problem 177.